good things. Now, here are your hosts, Debbie O'Handley and Margi Kyle.
Happy Tuesday, Margie.
Oh, I
How
knew
are
you were going to say that.
You knew I was going to say it. Welcome to Community Centered. I'm your host, Debbie O'Handley, with my friend Margie Kyle. Margie,
What?
how are you?
Well, you were up very early,
I was.
and I was impressed.
I was up early this morning. My friend Justin asked if he could do a promo for our
Yeah.
show and then talk a little bit about the lovely point in time count that we participated in last week. I'm just now recovering and getting back on my sleep.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
It's intense.
And we've always said the viewers should be able to watch the first 5 minutes before we sit down on the show because
They'll get quite the show. But today we have faces for radio, so it's a good thing for that.
you got 30 seconds. I went, oh my, okay, guess I better
Yes.
get in there.
We're running crazy,
Yeah.
and you have lovely friends with you in the
I
studio that are
do.
visiting.
I
How
do.
nice.
Yeah, they used to live here.
Oh, they did. Okay.
And they come back periodically, and we've all remained very close, and I love it.
That's your tribe.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Dear friends.
And Mr. Lee is here.
He finally arrived,
Wow.
but he bit me within the first 3 minutes, and I thought, we got to set the rules here.
Who wears the crown in this house?
The bird.
Not
right
okay.
now.
Not okay. That is for sure.
Do you know that they have hemp oil for birds?
No.
I did not know that either, but I went on Amazon and thought, products to calm your bird down. And that's what came up. And I thought, that is hysterical.
They need to go see Dr. Nicole.
Absolutely.
Dr. Nicole will fix him.
And do you know who I went to see this weekend was Dr. Leslie Wells
How was that?
from last week,
Yeah.
chiropractor. She is amazing.
Okay.
If you listened to last week, and even if you didn't, go back and listen to our previous show, and she is giving a free 20-minute interview. And you sit down with her and just go over all the things that are bothering you. And then she describes how she heals you.
In only 20 minutes, all the things that are bothering me.
Well, maybe you need
I might need
to
30.
get double.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you got to experience that. She was really a gift and such an interesting person to talk to. and
Yes.
learn about her talent and what she has to offer our community. So I am super excited about our guest today.
Well, and I went to meet her for the first time today, and she had 2 birds on her wall, and I thought, she's a bird lover too. I almost thought you can have a real one in here too.
She is, whenever we see a bluebird, and I don't know, for whatever reason, they hang around Hope House, I always think about Erin, and they're this kind of little flitty little thing that comes and lands and just spreads happiness just by seeing them. And that's kind of how I feel about her when you see her. She's a fireball.
Yes, we had a wonderful visit.
She is a bluebird.
Yeah.
She is definitely
And I have a
bluebird.
lovebird who is yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's yellow, that's why she's so snarly.
Oh.
In my mind.
Says the color doctor, who
Right.
probably has something against the color yellow.
Well, yellows have a desire to have to know all the facts.
Mm.
And until she really knows her surrounding, or it's a he's not going to settle down.
Oh, dear.
Well, that's okay because I understand that about the personality.
Okay.
So, and my daughter said, Mom, it's the 3 rule. 3 days, let him get used to it. 3 months before you start really trying to handle him. And then 3 years, he'll be fine. And I thought, I'll be gone by then.
Margie, don't say that. What do you say about bluebirds? The blue. What does a blue mean?
They're very exploratory, and they love to invest new possibilities, the future, very future-based.
Okay. All right, then.
And the cardinals are very expressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
They are leaders.
The things you learn on radio today are just mind-blowing.
You didn't need to know all that, did you?
Well, if you get up early and you watch Good Morning LKN, you will learn an enormous amount of things from the ever informative Bill and Justin and Mimi on their show in the morning. I learned so much this morning, including the word of the day, which was truncate. Did I get that right, Bill? Yeah. and a couple of other things that and neurotransmitters or something. Yeah. So, sometimes they're a little much with your coffee, but they're better probably served more for the cocktail hour, these three, but no, they're absolutely wonderful. And so it was great to be on this morning.
And now tell me, how was your week, really? I mean,
Wow.
seeing some of those people
Mm-hmm.
with wet socks on, no shoes, a bag on their foot in a hallway. I mean, it just breaks your heart.
Yeah, so we participated in what they call the point in time count, which is a count that the HUD mandates. Every county across our nation counts one night every year. We count our neighbors in need that are on the street, literally who slept on the sidewalk last night.
Oh.
And we were assigned to First Ward, uptown in Charlotte, Jen and I and Deborah, and then we were supposed to have Commissioner Pat Cotham, but she ended up by going out with the other team. So it was raining. It was a little bit chilly, not too bad, and we really had to look hard because, believe it or not, there are places that our neighbors can hide when the weather is that inclement. So the first person we found was in a doorway. He had no shoes on, he had no socks, and he had plastic bags tied to his feet. And we have to wake them up. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and ask a bunch of questions that are pertinent to hopefully getting services and supportive things to them. And it is a tough thing to see and a tough thing to be a part of. Equally as tough for me as someone who wants to provide resources.
Yes.
To just stick to the script and not be able to really and truly offer them what I want to offer them. But probably the person that stuck out the most to me was a young lady who was 18 who had, she was under a pile of wet blankets.
Oh, my God.
And she told me her name, obviously. And then she said, my last name means small, forgotten, unseen, left behind.
I heard you say that this morning.
And
I
that
thought,
really stuck with me.
Yeah.
It really, really bothered me. So I just my takeaway is just to pray for them and hope for resources and good things for them. So yeah, we're past that. We did our count. We probably counted about 30 folks in the couple of hours that we were out there, and it was an experience. It's extremely humbling.
Well, thank you for all you do.
Thank you. I'm blessed to do it, and it brings back message to me to work harder and to also let the folks know who are blessed enough to be at the Hope House how lucky they are and how they really need to take that as an opportunity to really transform their life and take advantage of all of the support this community brings them and all of the things that they need to start their life over. So thank you for allowing me a couple of minutes to talk about that.
It was beautiful.
And
if our viewers did not see it this morning, go to Facebook and go to WSIC and you can see it.
The video is up still on WSOC. They played it over the weekend and getting a lot of airtime there. So yeah, all good.
It was an eye-opener.
Well, when we come back from break, we are going to be introducing a fabulous person. She's a dynamo in our community. Not only is she a businesswoman, she's a mom of 2 littles. She also volunteers tirelessly with me at the Hope House, and I'm excited for you to be introduced to her, to hear her story, to learn alongside of her of how she is making hope happen in our community. So when we come back from break, we're going to be meeting with Erin Connair.
There's more community-centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on the way from 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the snow lovers continue in pain and continue to miss out. While the North Carolina mountains are getting all of that fun, a quick 1-2 punch tonight of a few showers, mainly while we're sleeping overnight, will amount to likely nothing more than 1/4 of an inch of rain across the area. Temperatures dipping down into the mid-30s for our Wednesday. We'll start with a shower possible before daybreak, but as we go throughout the day, clouds will hang on for a while, slowly clearing with sunshine to finish. Night temperatures in the mid and upper 40s. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Merlefest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College. featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at merlefest.org. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN for your chance to win tickets. Mooresville Parks and Recreation is excited to bring The Great Magician Murder Mystery Dinner Theater to the Charles Mack Citizen Center, Saturday, February 10th. This is not your usual murder mystery experience. An evening of theater and mystery that will have you laughing and gasping. The Great Magician Murder Mystery Dinner Theater, Saturday, February 10th. For more info, visit ourtownstage.com. Chi-Town Transit Authority is coming to Kane Center for the Arts, Saturday, February 3rd. Come hear the 8-piece Chicago tribute band, horn and woodwind sections included. Chi-Town Transit Authority, Kane Center for the Arts, Saturday, February 3rd. kanearts.org. That's CAINarts.org. The North Carolina Gun Collectors Association Gun Show is coming to the Statesville Civic Center, February 3rd and 4th. Always remember, safety first. For more info, including show rules and restrictions, visit the North Carolina Gun Collectors Association website. The NCGCA Gun Show, February 3rd and 4th, Statesville Civic Center. Want to attend the Charlotte Home and Remodeling Show? Throughout the day, you have your chance to win tickets. Listen to Good Morning LKN, the Home Ad Show, the News Drive at 5, and the Scoreboard. Each show gives you your chance to win. The Charlotte Home and Remodeling Show, February 23rd through the 25th. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Community Centered continues now. Here are your hosts, Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back, and I am just so excited to be able to talk to our guest, Erin Connair, owner of Bluebird Bridal. We would love call-ins. If somebody wants to call in, it's 844-STUDIO-4. So please don't be shy. Call in. I had the most fascinating hour and fun hour this morning because I had not been there before because I wasn't planning another wedding. And since I have all grandsons and my daughters are married, I thought, okay, this will be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a true experience. And I'm going to let you share a lot of it, but you had beautiful dresses for the mother of the bride, the grandmother of the bride. You also have beautiful wedding dresses where you can take the top of one, put it on another skirt. You can mix, match, do whatever you want. And prices are affordable to outrageous for me for a dress. But you've got it all right there. And the fact that you do a one-on-one, it has to be by appointment only, to me makes sense so that the whole family can experience. And I was sharing with Erin this morning, when I tried my bridal dress on and decided on which one it was going to be, my mother invited my father so that he would not get upset the first time he saw me in that dress, which I thought was a brilliant idea.
Okay.
Yeah. But Erin, you're on Old Statesville Road in Huntersville.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for joining us because this is really a treat and a treat to come into your store.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Now tell me what got you to your store.
Oh, goodness. So I am a serial entrepreneur at heart.
Okay.
I'm going to be 40 this year,
Oh
ladies.
my God.
You heard it here
You heard it here. 40.
Where's the violin? You
I
know?
know, right? But I started my first business on my own at the age of 23 because I worked for other people and decided that was not my forte, that I preferred to work for myself. So I've actually been in the wedding industry since I was 23 years old.
Okay.
So not
Now,
new
were
to
you
the
married at the
industry.
time?
Yes, ma'am. So I married straight out of college.
She's got respect for us old ladies.
Oh, definitely. My mama always taught me. Yeah, I'm from the South. You respect them. No, I got married straight out of college, like a lot of Southern girls do. Straight out of
Yes.
college, I got married and was married for a long period of time. Unfortunately, that did not work out in that type of a relationship, but I am now happily remarried and have 2 little ones. So it all works out in God's timing and
Yes,
the way
it does.
should.
Yes.
But it was such a nice visit with you coming in today. I love when people who haven't been in the store in a very long time or have not been in any type of a wedding store in years and years, even decades, come in because it's such a different experience
It
than what I
is.
hear about
Yeah.
when people had been in before. But I was a wedding planner. I started out in the wedding planning sector. Throughout college, I worked at a country club as their event planner. So that was
Oh.
my starting. Well, okay, I'm not going to lie. My first job ever was driving the beer cart at a country club and serving beer to golfers. But after that,
I think I would have kept that job.
That one was great. That one, you'd roll in some money on that one. That was a good one. But I went on to plan events there at the country club, and that got my start in the industry. And so I was a wedding planner for about 7 years when I saw what I felt like was a hole in the market for
Yes.
this almost mom and pop type store that you could come into. You could bring your closest family and friends. You could feel comfortable. The music was soothing. It was not stuffy. There was a couch and a pillow you could use. You offered a sparkling water or a glass of wine if it makes you happy. And if you were there by yourself and you wanted to hear some Beyonce, well, turn it on, whatever makes you happy, so that it felt like a very comfortable experience. And so I opened up the bridal shop in 2016.
Good for you.
So in 2016, I had opened up the shop. So we're going into our 8th year of business.
And why did you come up with the name Bluebird Bridal?
So truthfully, when I first started, I had a business partner at the time. And so it was a different name. And so it was only a few years after that I bought that business partner out and decided to change the name and have it myself. So Bluebirds, like you say, they flutter around at the Hope House. They kept following all of my family around.
Oh my
When I
gosh.
talked to my family and said, I'm buying out my partner, I'm doing it my own, I said, I need a name, but I want it to be something that means something. Not just, oh, here it is, bedazzled bridal, or, here I am, I'm a bride. I want it to mean something. So I told everyone, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. Something should speak to you organically. And people kept sending me pictures of bluebirds. It was the most random thing. My sister, a girlfriend, 2 girlfriends and my sister sent me pictures of bluebirds at their home. Randomly coming and seeing them, and I'm like, what's up with this? Because I'm not normally a bird person. Sorry, Margie. Mr. Lee is probably fabulous.
Not yet.
No, maybe he'll get there, right? But I'm not normally, but when I looked it up, so bluebirds are signs of joy and happiness in the future.
Ah.
And so I thought, it makes so much sense for a bridal dress shop. It
Yeah.
makes so much sense for a wedding shop that you come in, that you feel joyful, that you feel happy, and it's setting up your future. Because when you get, married, you're changing your life. It's a new phase of your life.
Yeah.
And so that's where Bluebird came from.
Oh, I
And
love
it
it.
has been, it's just stuck ever since. And anyone who has a connection to birds instantly says something to us, which is
Yeah, well,
really
they will.
interesting.
Yeah.
Brides, their moms, whoever say, wait a minute, I had a Bluebird, or I know this, and they'll bring it up in conversation.
You
Very
should get some
cool.
real ones.
Which is, no. Mm-mm. I have 2 children. I'm raising children. No birds. I heard about Mr. Lee a little already. I'm good.
He can come
I
visit.
think kids were easier.
I know, right? I'm not sure 3 years will do me in a Bluebird there. But it's been such a joy to have the bridal shop, and it started just as brides only. We didn't have moms. We didn't do tuxedos. It was just brides. And as wonderful as that was, moms kept asking us, where can I go to find an outfit?
Yeah.
Grandma,
Yeah.
where can I take my
Yeah.
mom? Where can I? And we thought, well, I don't know. Why don't we do it? And so a few years back, we brought in moms, and it's been so nice. Debbie had the pleasure to come and try on dresses and get
Yeah.
something for the gala one year from us, which was wonderful. We had such a good time.
And we actually brought one of the little girls,
Oh,
like
how
the
darling.
3-year-olds, to Bluebird Bridal with us, who literally wrapped herself in lace, and it just, we had to put on crowns, and she cried when we left because something magical was happening in
that
there for
was.
her.
She was
It
living her
really
dream.
special.
She was. We kept putting all the
Yeah.
tiaras, and we wrapped her in tulle, and we let her walk and took pictures. But that was, I know that there were probably some bridal places that would be very taboo to have a child in there doing something like that. And while, yes, I want to protect the integrity of the dresses, I have no problem putting crowns on little girls. I have a little girl. She's
Yeah.
7 months old. I'm like, for the love, I want to put a crown on her. Please let me.
And that diamond necklace this morning, I thought,
Yeah.
I have to go back and
right?
get
I know,
that
come
one.
on, Margie, we'll get you.
I can't believe Margie walked out of there without something sparkly.
No, she stopped. I'm not going to lie. She
Did she?
stopped and checked out the accessories, but then we started talking about her accessories for the day, and we were sidetracked.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what happened.
sorry.
We got sidetracked. But
She'll
she
have to
did
come
say,
back.
she said, "Oh, that's pretty, and that's pretty, and that's pretty." I said, "I
And
like
I got
it,
my
Margie."
big rock on right here.
She does.
you go.
She does. She does. No, it's been very nice. And my hope, depending on how life turns out, my hope is it can be something that my family also gets really involved in. I have a 2.5-year-old son. And we do tuxedos. So we rent out
Okay.
tuxedos or
Yeah.
suits for groomsmen, prom's coming up, and we have a lot of prom men that come in, or little young men, boys, I should say, whatever we want to call them. And I brought my little son in and put a bow tie on him and took pictures of him and was like, look at you go. And he's so cute. And so I love having my family also be involved in it.
As they should be.
Yeah, it's a family business. When
Yeah.
you work for yourself as any sort of entrepreneur, it is everybody and their brother coming to work with
interior designer, I'll never forget, both my kids work for me, and I'll never forget my son dropping the broom saying, I will never do this as long as I live.
It happens. And my poor husband has come multiple times to, hey, so this light electrical is broken. Hey, can you come tear this down? And, but it's he works in finance and insurance, so his job is not nearly as exciting, in my opinion, as mine. So I give him an outlet, that he can come to.
That's
and
the way to do it.
Yeah.
And now you have
to keep reminding him
princess.
too.
I do. I have a new little princess. She is 7 months. She is so sweet. Her name is Penny, which was my grandmother's name. So she named after that. And we actually name all the dresses in the store. So every one of our dresses, the designer may have a number, a style number, but we give them all a name so that they then take on their own personality. This is the Penny dress. This is the Debbie dress. This is the Margi dress.
I gotta see the Debbie dress.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, girl.
I'll model it and put it on for you. But we give them names because they do take on a personality.
Well,
this
they
one
do,
speaks to you in
yeah.
a certain way. Margie and I were talking about that earlier when she came to visit, about how it's an emotional
It is.
decision and an emotional experience. And so we gave them these names because this dress spoke to you in that way. This dress, so the Penny dress is one that if I was going to get remarried and I do it all over again, give me that dress.
Yeah.
It is classic. It is timeless. It is a little small bit of a sex appeal. It has a lot of things in it that I'm like, oh, I feel I'm that way,
Yeah.
But I also think it's a little bit of a surprise because you turn around and the back has a bow and different things. And I'm like, I like to be surprising.
There you go. Give him something to talk about.
That's right.
as you
I
leave
can
the
feel a
room.
little Bonnie Raitt action, while I'm talking about it.
And my brother dated her.
Well, look at there. I didn't know that. That seems like a whole nother story, Margie.
Pops out with something every show that you're like, I didn't know that. Like my head does a snap, turn around, and go, I didn't know about that. So it's like I'm interviewing her every single week too.
I have forgotten about her. Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Bonnie. Poor Bonnie.
Some you win, some you lose.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But we recently, in the last year, named our dresses because we just find that not only does it give the dress a personality, but when a bride comes in, she feels connected to it in some sort of way because it's not just, style 18372.
Sure.
It is now, the Lauren dress or the Tiffany dress or whatever it may be. And so it gives them a little bit more of a personality.
That's so
which
cool.
is really cool.
I love that.
And you were giving me this morning the price range too, which I
Yes.
thought was very interesting.
Yes. So the national average of a wedding dress in a boutique is about $1,500. That's
Yeah.
kind of what you're looking at. And I mean, that goes from New York to, Kansas. But we run $800 to $3,900. But that sweet spot is that $1,500 to $2,000, which is usually what a lot of women who are having what I would call a traditional wedding, not an elopement or something, but a traditional
And
wedding.
the long mother dresses and grandmother dresses range from $300 to $600, which to me is very affordable.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I definitely think so. There are places you can go less expensive or more expensive, but you don't get the service, the customer service and the experience.
I've had that experience.
Experience
I
is
I
the
buy my
key.
gala dresses there, and you get the full. Oh, honey, you get the full thing with Erin and her team there, which is amazing. So when we come back from break, we are again talking with Erin Connair of Bluebird Bridals. We're going to learn a little bit more about what it takes to run a business with two littles in tow.
Yes.
And what that feels like every day to run a business like that. So we'll be back shortly after this break from our sponsors.
More informative discussion about people and groups doing good in our community coming up. It's Community Centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on WSIC.
Well, the snow lovers continue in pain and continue to miss out while the North Carolina mountains are getting all of that fun. A quick 1-2 punch tonight of a few showers, mainly while we're sleeping overnight, will amount to likely nothing more than 1/4 of an inch of rain across the area. Temperatures dipping down into the mid-30s for our Wednesday. We'll start with a shower possible before daybreak, but as we go throughout the day, clouds will hang on for a while, slowly clearing with sunshine to finish. Night temperatures in the mid and upper 40s. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheets. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheets. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it.
And now get a Samsung Galaxy A14 included when you buy an extended Silver Unlimited plan. Find us at straighttalk.com. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. Online only, excludes taxes and fees.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Home buyers aren't the only ones being squeezed by high mortgage rates. Homeowners are feeling it too as weak demand holds down home values. Latest reading from S&P CoreLogic shows prices rose just 0.2% in November. 1 month into 2024, and we've already seen a flurry of layoffs at several big employers, including 12,000 at UPS announced today. Who's most likely to get the axe? Employment experts say middle managers and remote workers are most at risk. Stocks are mixed, with earnings from Alphabet and Microsoft due after the bell. Dow Industrial's up 127. The S&P is down a point. The Nasdaq down 114. Strength in the U.S. economy and stimulus in China have the International Monetary Fund raising its outlook for global growth this year. It now sees a 3.1% gain in the world economy. Its previous estimate was 2.9. Larry Kofsky, Bloomberg Radio.
Call now to speak with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle at 844-STUDIO-4. It's community-centered on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back, listeners. You're listening to Community Centered. I'm your host, Debbie O'Hanley, and my friend Margi Kyle, and we are talking with the ever-fabulous Erin Connair of Bluebird Bridals. If you have a question you want answered by the fabulous Erin, you can call 844-STUDIO-4 and ask away.
Yes.
And she will have an answer for you.
Is black appropriate to wear to a wedding?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Whether you're a mother, a grandmother, a guest, absolutely. I feel like black sometimes. Now, I will say this. I feel like it's only appropriate for an evening wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do not wear that for an afternoon. You don't wear that for a Sunday wedding. But a Saturday evening, 5 o'clock or later, absolutely.
Okay.
Give it a little pizzazz, though. Do a black with a little,
purple.
with purple. Yeah. Give it a hint of something. But by all means, black is totally appropriate.
Oh, good.
Yes.
My daughter Caitlin is in a wedding next weekend, and the bridesmaids is black velvet.
Oh, how beautiful.
But it's also New Hampshire.
Well,
in February.
Yes, but we just had a wedding a month before Christmas in Florida, and I had 3 coats on.
Because you got cold?
Oh, my God, cold.
Yeah.
It was freezing.
You just never know. I got married in December, and it was 55 degrees. We're all outside.
Yeah.
So there's just no way. We're outside partying. And you just in the middle of December. You just never know. That's the Carolina weather for you, though.
Well, you thought Florida would have been a little warmer.
Maybe.
Just a reminder that we are streaming live on WSICnews.com and all your social media, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and or X. Yeah. And this is where local starts here on WSIC. Erin, what does it mean to be a mom and a businesswoman and a daughter, sister, friend, volunteer, fundraiser, giver of all things extraordinary?
Counselor.
Right.
Yeah.
If I'm going to use one word, I'm going to use it, but I say it in a loving and
Ruh-roh.
excited
I'm holding
manner.
my ears.
Comes a brown word.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Pure chaos. And wonderful.
Oh, we
have a
caller.
call.
Hold the chaos.
Maybe
on.
new chaos is coming.
Chaos. Go ahead, caller. You're listening to WSIC. This is Community Centered.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
We're good.
Good. I have a question for Erin. My granddaughter is getting married, and she is telling me that she needs 2 dresses. One is for the ceremony, and then the other you change into a new dress for the reception. And she said it's a new trend. Are you seeing that here?
Oh, yes.
In your bridal shop?
So there's not a going away outfit.
So sometimes the dress they change into is the going
Okay,
away outfit.
okay.
But what a lot happens here in the South, a lot of people like a ball gown, a big dress. It's beautiful, whether they're getting married in a church or a mansion or outside, and they're heavy. I don't know if you guys have ever held these dresses, but they weigh, we get a good arm workout in the store, you know, lifting them. But they're very heavy. So they have this dress that they wear for the ceremony, for pictures, for dinner, for their first dance. And then when they're ready to start dancing and partying with their friends
my
and family,
gosh.
they want to put on something lighter weight, easier to move in, more comfortable. So that second dress, or reception dress, as the caller was calling it, is very popular.
What a great idea.
It's really not, if your budget will allow you to do that,
Sure.
it's wonderful. And then what happens is, a lot of times the women take that second dress and they'll wear it on their honeymoon, or they wear it again a year later for their anniversary dinner, because it's not usually something as formal that you couldn't rewear it. And then they take their wedding dress and preserve it, or whatever it may be. But we see it a lot. I would say probably 3 out of 10 brides are to have some sort of changing outfit. And then there's even more than that might just do a going away outfit.
Right.
Also, sometimes the dresses are hard to get in and out of, or hard to maneuver in and out of a car. So a lot of times the going away or the reception dress is something much easier at the end of the night to get in your car or to go back to your hotel or whatever it may be, because they're heavy and they get over time, they get
I can
heavy
remember
on your
my
body.
niece getting married, and all of a sudden she said, "Yeah, Margie, I have to go to the bathroom." And I said, "Your problem."
Believe it or not, I was a wedding planner for a very long time before I did the bridal shop, and there are tricks of the trade for how to go potty in your dresses, for sure.
Erin is a wizard at those kind of things.
It's a family show, but I will tell you, there are tricks of how you can make that happen.
Called diapers.
Right, there you go.
There you go. Thank you, caller. That was a great question. So back to chaos.
Yes.
Tell me about chaos.
I would say it's pure love chaos. I like being busy. I love being a mother. I'll tell you, if the business were to go away tomorrow, if everything else in my life went away but my children and my family, I would be okay. I might, cry for a minute, but I'd be okay. I was later in life at having children. I was 36 years old when I had my first child, and almost 39 when I had my second. And so with being those ages, you are almost established a little more in your career, and you've established yourself in a community and a family. So you pray for these children, or I did. I prayed for them so much, and when I finally got them, I'm like, oh, don't mess it up. Like, you got them. And so it's been a little bit of a transition for sure. And I had kids within 20 months of each other. So it's been a big transition. The chaos is fabulous, but it's chaos.
Yeah.
I was jokingly telling y'all before we went to break that I had a story for you. So today, after Margie left me today, I had to go to, I see a counselor for myself because I think it's so wonderful for self-help in women. And so I had a counseling appointment. But before I could make that appointment, I had to fit in eating some lunch, emailing the doctor for my son for a medication that he's on. And there was a pajama company that did a limited edition Toy Story pajama. And my son is obsessed with Woody and Buzz. And if I didn't get this stinking pajama, I was not the mom of the year. Okay? So this is how business and motherhood acts. So I'm at the bridal shop. I am on the phone on hold with the doctor. I am on a waiting queue in line to order this Toy Story pajama for my child. I have a Hot Pocket on a plate next to me for lunch. And I am doing text messages to brides for follow-ups all at the same time because
Wow.
that's how it works, because that's
Yes.
how the chaos works. Meanwhile, I have to text my counselor that I'm going to be 5 minutes late because I'm still in the line to get the Toy Story pajamas. And I thought, well, there you go. There's a great example of motherhood and entrepreneurship and maintaining your
Perfect.
family and your household
Perfect.
while still running a business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is the way you do it, Erin. And you do it with such a sense of humor.
Oh, yeah.
So
Such a
you
sense of
moved to
humor.
grandmotherhood and it's trying to find your mind again.
It comes a little too when
Or
you're
your
pregnant.
phone.
Yeah, exactly. A little when you're pregnant too. You know, I was raised by a single mom for a really long time, and I had 2 older sisters, and she taught us that things will happen in life that you can't control. Things will happen to you, things will happen around you. All you can control is yourself and how you do it. And so based on the level of how bad something is, you get an X amount of time to kind of take care of that.
Sure.
Take care of yourself,
Sure.
take care of the situation, and then the day goes on.
Yeah.
And the next day goes on, or whatever it may be. And you keep moving forward. And so we had a lot of laughter growing up. We did, we had some unfortunate things when we were growing up and stuff. And so everything was made humor almost to make not light of a situation, but to make it easier.
Sure.
So I find myself funny. And if you're a friend of mine and you don't find me funny, I'm some kind of like, but I am funny. Why
You
don't you
are
find me funny?
Yes.
But it's an outlet for me to be that way. I've had people be like, you need your own comedy show. I'm like, it's another chaos I don't want. But I like humor in life.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
it's fun.
It is.
Yeah.
Erin has been volunteering at the Hope House for many, many years, helping us with our events and our galas. And the first year we did this with her, she said something about, communicating something to us. And we were like, well, how will you know? She's like, y'all want headsets? You want headsets? We were like, oh, we can have headsets. So it was probably where my love affair with the microphone didn't start there,
Yeah,
but it grew there. And she would be on the microphone. She'd be like, eagle has landed, table two, eagle has landed. I'm like, we're having too much fun.
It was wonderful. Needless to say, we couldn't bring the microphones back because we were a little distracted, but we loved it while we did it.
She embraces everything with a sense of humor, and nothing is a disaster. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be fine. She's an encourager. She is a heart and soul kind of person,
Yeah.
all in 110%.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. And I think that's how you run your business too.
Very much.
Yeah.
The customer experience and the connection I make with my brides and their families means more to me than anything else. If you don't find your dress with me, that's okay. I will give you recommendations of other places to go. But you best believe if you walk in my door, you're going to have the best experience. You're going to feel welcome. You're going to feel loved. You are going to feel comfortable, so that it's a nerve-wracking experience, or it definitely can be. So I want to make sure that everybody comes in regardless of where they stand in life, where their financial lies, where their race, where their preferences. I don't care. You come in, I want to give you that experience because I don't take it lightly. That it is, Margie and I were talking, it's the single most expensive garment you'll ever wear in your life.
That's
And
right.
so I don't take it lightly that like we're here to help you find that.
Right.
So absolutely, it's a big deal to me for customer service.
And
the
to be able to
experience.
share that intimate moment with someone,
That's
I think
right.
is really
Yeah.
incredible.
I went to a big, huge department store where there was no experience.
Yeah. And that is the thing.
It was, do you like this one? And I finally said to my mother, I didn't like any of them. And so that I was sharing with you,
Yeah.
my grandmother went to Brussels 3 times to buy the lace for my dress. And then we just went and had it made.
Yep, absolutely.
And I did the same thing for Mitzi, my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, the experience is so important because
Yeah.
it's a once in a lifetime, hopefully,
That's right.
type of experience. And so it means a lot.
Well, and Mitzi said to me, Mom, what do we do if we don't like it? And I said, we make another one.
Yep, there you go.
And, it wasn't a problem.
Right.
Well, to
But-
be invited into such an intimate moment with someone who's a stranger is really kind of special.
Yeah.
We're going to have to cut to break here shortly. This time flies.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
especially
You
with
gotta be
Erin,
kidding me.
it's flying. But when we come back from break, we're going to be talking with Erin Connair, owner of Bluebird Bridal. Again, if you need to call in, 844-STUDIO-4 and ask your questions. We're here to give an answer. We'll be right back.
There's more community-centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the snow lovers continue in pain and continue to miss out. While the North Carolina mountains are getting all of that fun, a quick 1-2 punch tonight of a few showers, mainly while we're sleeping overnight, will amount to likely nothing more than 1/4 of an inch of rain across the area. Temperatures dipping down into the mid-30s for our Wednesday. We'll start with a shower possible before daybreak, but as we go throughout the day, clouds will hang on for a while, slowly clearing with sunshine to finish. Night temperatures in the mid and upper 40s. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Merlefest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College. Featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at merlefest.org. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN for your chance to win tickets. Mooresville Parks and Recreation is excited to bring The Great Magician Murder Mystery Dinner Theater to the Charles Mack Citizen Center, Saturday, February 10th. This is not your usual murder mystery experience. An evening of theater and mystery that will have you laughing and gasping. The Great Magician Murder Mystery Dinner Theater, Saturday, February 10th. For more info, visit ourtownstage.com. Chi-Town Transit Authority is coming to Kane Center for the Arts, Saturday, February 3rd. Come hear the 8-piece Chicago tribute band, horn and woodwind sections included. Chi-Town Transit Authority, Kane Center for the Arts, Saturday, February 3rd. kanearts.org. That's CAINarts.org. The North Carolina Gun Collectors Association Gun Show is coming to the Statesville Civic Center, February 3rd and 4th. Always remember, safety first. For more info, including show rules and restrictions, visit the North Carolina Gun Collectors Association website. The NCGCA Gun Show, February 3rd and 4th, Statesville Civic Center. Want to attend the Charlotte Home and Remodeling Show? Throughout the day, you have your chance to win tickets. Listen to Good Morning LKN, the Home Ad Show, the News Drive at 5, and the Scoreboard. Each show gives you your chance to win. The Charlotte Home and Remodeling Show, February 23rd through the 25th. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Call 844-STUDIO-4 now to join the community-centered discussion with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back, listeners. You're listening to Community Centered, and we were all just busting a move here at the table. It must be something about the Bluebirds.
We were grooving.
We were grooving. I understand we have a caller, and not sure who's calling in, but we're here for you, caller.
Hey, Debbie. It is Rob Barber. How are you?
Mr. Barber, how are you?
I am doing well. I had a genuine question for y'all.
Okay.
What kind of, is there any donation opportunities? Are there like buy address coupons that others can get involved with for folks that are coming in or anything like that that's offered by Bluebird?
Bluebird. So we were going to talk about that this segment, Rob. Miss Erin, she is our event planner for us at our gala that will be March 2nd. The theme is Sea of Hope, and it's going to be held at the Peninsula Community Country Club. And Erin has given tirelessly probably the last 5
years.
6
Yeah.
years of dedicating her time and her energy, her effort, and her resources to helping us make hope happen. And every year we get better and better and better at this. And it's only because of her kindness that she shares that. And we love her. We could not do this without her. And she has donated dresses to the Hope House for Our Ladies. She has helped me get my into a dress and other things, and will always give me her opinion on what should I wear or shouldn't I wear. So Erin has done her fair share of making hope happen, Rob.
I love that. And just if there is anything that, you know me, I love to give. Anything I can do to help make hope for those in need in the area that are looking for dresses, I'd love to know about those and help where I can.
Oh, Rob, you're so
amazing.
nice.
And you know what? You need to volunteer that night with us.
Yes, come on.
Because we usually need gentlemen that will like open the door and hang people's coats up and welcome folks. I think you would be fabulous. Is that a yes?
I have an entire outfit for this, if I'm allowed.
Did I hear you say yes? You're saying yes to
Are you
the
saying
dress?
yes
I
to
mean,
the
top
dress?
hat, everything.
Oh.
I mean,
You said yes to the dress, and you're going to volunteer March 2nd from 6 to 10 at the Sea of Hope.
sold on the air, folks. Sold
There
on the
you
air.
go.
Oh,
And
got
listen,
it.
you may have the outfit, but if you need a cane or a top hat or shoes, we will rent them to you because I have them at the bridal shop. You let me know, Rob.
Wahoo.
I will be there. I'll be there.
That's awesome. Thank you, Mr.
Well,
Barber.
thanks, y'all.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, all right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
For
Well-
anybody who's getting married or thinking about it or
Yes.
would like to come to your store or get a hold of you,
Yep.
how do they do that?
Yeah, you can definitely check out our website, bluebirdbridal.com. We're located in Huntersville. We're off Old Statesville Road, really close to the CVS and Primal Brewery, if anyone knows the brewery.
And
We're just
Christian Brothers
Christian Brothers
Automotive. Yep.
Automotive, which is wonderful. Love them. We're just real close in that area there, but you can certainly check us out on our website. You can also, if you have Instagram or TikTok, which are apparently really, I'm too old for it, but apparently really big for the brides. I know y'all laugh at me, but I'm 40. We don't do TikTok. But
double it, I do.
I need to get with it, Margie.
I do it too.
Okay, let me rephrase. That has nothing to do with age. I don't understand it. But I'm good at a lot of things. TikTok's not one of them. But we have a big platform on Instagram and TikTok, and both of them are Bluebird Bridal NC for North Carolina.
Okay.
So anyone can find us there. You can give us a call at 704.
Can you book an appointment on the website?
Absolutely. Yes, you can go
Okay.
directly to the website
Okay.
and book an appointment. We also, we're a smaller shop, so we only have 2 fitting rooms, but we also offer VIP private appointments. So if somebody wants to bring in more guests, they want to bring in 6 or 7 people, they want champagne and sweet treats and the shop to themselves because they're maybe a little more modest or a little more introverted, don't want other
Right.
people there, we offer those. So they can book out the shop as well for a private appointment. So you can book directly online or you can go give us a call or go to the website, either way.
Okay.
Yes,
Now, do
ma'am.
you sell bridesmaids' dresses?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay.
We will recommend the great people for you for that.
Okay.
We do not. We do the moms, grandmothers, or even wedding guests because we do have a more of a modern vibe for our moms' dresses. Some of them, we don't do a lot of two pieces or jackets, a lot more modern of a
Okay.
vibe. And we do tuxedos. So for ring bearers, grooms, groomsmen,
Yes.
but flower girls, bridesmaids, we'll recommend other places if
Okay.
you have
And you
questions.
have a lot of accessories too,
We
right?
do.
Yes.
That's some of my favorite part.
Blingy
The veils,
things,
all the blings, the veils. Veils have become really popular now in different colors and different fabrics and different patterns. They have
As we all
designs
age,
on it.
I
Yeah.
think it should come back to style.
It does. And pearls are really big. Pearls are very in right now. If people are enjoying pearls, so long pearl veils, gloves are coming back,
Oh,
almost
good.
debutante-like with the gloves. So it's really interesting to see all the new styles that come out every season.
Yeah.
So a classic is back right now. Big classic. A bohemian was big for a while. Now it's back to the satins, the micados, the ball gowns, the classics, bows, almost like 80s puffed shoulders, but a
Really?
more
Okay.
subdued version. Not the big one, just a little baby puff on
Not
the
the Princess
shoulder.
Di.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
And so really intricate lace details. That seems to be what's in style right now. And so
Okay.
the accessories are so much fun.
Mm.
It takes a dress from just being a dress to being your dress.
That's right.
Because they
Yeah.
pick their veil or their bow they want to add or their necklace or their earrings or whatever it may
Yeah.
be. And it becomes theirs specifically.
Do many fiancés come to appointments?
No, if I'm being truthful and honest, because it's the only way I know how to be in life, I think that it's so nice to surprise to see
Mhm.
someone on
do
the
too.
wedding day, whether it's a first look or on the aisle, whichever way makes you happier. We really don't see a lot of actual fiancés come. We do see some fathers, which makes me really happy when they come in. Sometimes they're uncomfortable and they don't know what to do with themselves, but other times they're really extroverted.
Yeah.
But it's rare that we see men come in with them. It's usually just women that they bring.
In
with
the
them.
few minutes we have left,
Yes.
what's your phone number?
704-491-2197.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the best way to get a hold? Through the website?
Either website or phone number
Or phone
are the
number.
best.
Okay.
Yes. And our phone number is actually an iPhone, so you can text it just to make things easy. I know people work and are busy, so we text brides back and forth all the time.
Okay.
So that phone number or directly on the website has every contact you could possibly need for us. And that's bluebirdbridal.com.
I love the fact that you have made it an experience.
We try
That's
really
the new
hard.
buzzword.
Yes, ma'am. And it's interesting if you read reviews on our shop, even people who don't buy from us write us reviews about how wonderful of an experience they had, how
Yes.
great of a time, how comfortable. And the girls that I hire, they have the customer experience number one before anything else. Clearly, it's a business. I run it as a business.
Yeah.
But whether or not I sell a dress does not matter as long as the experience is there.
Yes, I agree.
And so all the girls that I have that same mentality that work with me. And I couldn't do it without the team at all. Being pregnant, having babies, you need people to help you.
Sure, sure.
So I couldn't do it without them.
Do the kids come to work with you ever?
Not really. They're at the age where they would just run around and be crazy. So I need to let them get a little bit older. I'll bring them in when no one's there sometimes. When no one's there, I'll bring them in just for fun.
Just wipe their faces
on
a white dress.
Just let me get that.
I could see Wells hiding under all
he
those
will.
skirts.
Oh, Wells will just crawl under the skirts, and Penny would just sit in the middle of the floor. But I do have a little photo shoot planned for Penny for her first birthday with little dresses. So I'm excited for it. It should be fun. It should be a really good time.
I'm so glad that you have a happily ever after story.
Me too. My chaotic happily ever after, right? Yeah, that's exactly right. That's right. It's good. I wouldn't have it any other way. I think that if you don't have a little chaos in life, what fun are you having?
That's
you know,
right.
you got to have a little bit somewhere.
This is controlled chaos.
Correct. That's a great word to say it.
Chaos,
Well, and my word for the year is balance. So I'm working, I don't know if anyone else does word for the year, but I do, and it's balance. And so I'm working really hard on balancing, motherhood, sister, daughter,
Well, you have
all
to.
the things.
You have to.
Yeah. And I don't think you'll ever get it perfect, but I feel better and at centered with myself if I at least know that these things are generally balanced. Something's going to get a little more attention one way or another, but it feels better in life.
We did a show a couple weeks ago on work-life balance.
Did you?
Yes, we did with Danielle.
Danielle Ratcliffe.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's super important. And that's the hard one for everyone. I think hard in general, especially if you're an entrepreneur. If you work for someone else, you clock in, you clock out. Entrepreneurs, Margie, you don't really do a lot of clocking out. So it runs a little bit differently.
It's hard to
turn it off.
Yes,
you are
it is.
24/7.
Well, it's your passion and your heart's behind it, and you love it so much that it's like it doesn't just clock out when you leave. You want to love it. I know you feel the same way about the Hope House.
I do.
That it goes with you as you and I speak sometimes late at night or early in the morning. So I know it goes with you.
Hence the bags under my eyes,
exactly.
too.
No biggie.
Each one of them is a story.
That's right. Each wrinkle has a little story to tell.
Absolutely. It's crazy. But we want to thank you for all that you do for our community with your business, with your give back to Hope House, to the ladies there, to the children there. You're just a force to be reckoned with, Erin.
Thank
and
you.
we want to congratulate you on someone that I think does it well.
Yes.
You do it all, and you do it well.
Well, thank you very much.
You make it look like you've got it all pulled together.
It's a facade, but thank you so much.
It's a good one.
With the baby spit up on your collar,
I know, right?
And the hot pocket. And
Don't
all
worry
that.
about it. Hot pocket and the Toy Story. Here we go. Here comes my onesie.
Did you get the Toy Story?
Oh, heck yeah,
jammies?
man. And I mean to tell you, if I hadn't gotten them, I would not have heard the end of it. So I will sit in line. I had the alarm on my phone when the sale started. I was that mom today.
You were that
I
mom.
was. And I've always
girl.
said I'd never be that mom, but I was. That's right.
Well, you wear it well.
Thank you.
being
I
that
appreciate
mom.
it. Thank you all
You
for
wear it
having me
well.
here.
Our pleasure.
Yes.
We are excited for you and your business. You're probably going into busy season, right?
Oh, yeah. Engagements. So many engagements happen over the holidays that we are in that busy season.
And are there that many June weddings?
So May and October are the
okay.
busiest. Now June is, but it's hot. And
Yeah.
so you have to kind of catch it at the right time. But May and October are massive. And right now, wedding dresses take 6 months or so to come in once you order it. So and even mom's dresses, they're 3 to 4 months. So we are into, a lot of people are fall into spring of next year. So that's what we're seeing a lot of brides right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I got married the day after Christmas, which was the dumbest thing I could have done, but it was the only day it wasn't working.
There you go. That's what happens.
Well, you have been a delight to talk to, Erin,
Thank you.
as always. We wish you a lot of more blessings for your business.
Thank you.
Many more bluebirds happening, floating around you.
Yes.
We thank you for being a guest on our show today. And she's fabulous, isn't she, Margie?
Yes.
Thanks, Margie.
And I think you're doing
And
an article.
I am going to do an article on LKN Connect.
So
for
excited.
Fashion Friday.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I cannot wait to do that.
Wow,
Thank
that
you.
sounds like super fun. So next week we have who? Who's our guest next week?
Dan Houston.
There you go. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
we are looking forward to talking to you next week here on Community Center. Thank you, callers, for calling in.
Yes.
We were delighted to take those calls. And once again, have a great week. Stay dry, stay warm, stay happy.
And stay out of hallways.
The new 105.9, 100.7